that gave me the love for the mountains. And then
Ah,
that is how I learned how to, I realized I don't need a very fit knee to do all this. I used to tie my knee and go up so that it is, you know. So what I'm trying to say is there is nothing, no challenges should stop you, because challenges will always be there. It is life is like an ECG, if it is flat, it is you're dead.
ah,
So whatever food you eat, you feel grateful for that. You first eat with your senses,
right.
with your you smell the food, you taste
Mm,
the food, then you bite the food, and then you chew it and it goes inside. That gives the best digestion and the best outcome to whatever you eat. You are what you eat. That is what they say.
yeah,
And I like to experiment with all these things. I have tried all possible diets. I've used my body as an
yeah,
experiment. So I have tried the keto diet. I
mm,
have tried the intermittent fasting. I have tried various things which are not sustainable in the long run.
right.
That's what I realized. Being in your comfort zone, I think that is more, dangerous. If you don't want to go out and you feel want to be safe in the
Mm,
four walls of your room, I think that is something which we should all come. That mindset we should change. Actually,
mm.
women have to always work harder every time. Always has to work harder. So
There's no
even
one.
here at this time also in our during the menopausal phase,
Yeah.
but I feel that there are three things which she can do.
Ah.
First of all is your energy. When I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about sleep. Sleep has to be the number one priority in a woman's life.
There comes a point in every woman's life where success on paper does not translate into clarity, energy, or joy. Careers are thriving, responsibilities are heavy, and the body has started giving signals which are unfamiliar to you. Does this happen to you as well? If you are a woman who is above 40 years and finding it difficult to choose what next, then today's podcast is for you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stories with Nabanita. I am Nabanita, your host on this channel, wherein I do cover interviews of founders, industry leaders, and authors. If you are new to my channel, then do consider subscribing as I do come up with life changing thoughts, information that you'll not get anywhere else, and I try to give you reasons to live. Today on Stories with Nabanita, we are talking about understanding the body instead of fighting it, about building strength instead of shrinking, and approaching midlife not as a slowdown, rather a strategic reset. To guide us through this conversation, please welcome Dr. Seema Baliga, who has been a former ophthalmologist and medical editor, and she is currently working as a health coach. She is a powerful voice helping women reclaim clarity, strength, and confidence in their second act. I am super excited to ask her interesting questions that are bubbling around my mind now, and I hope you people would also enjoy watching us discussing about women's health, menopause, etc. So, without any further ado, let me take you inside my studio where Dr. Seema is waiting for us. Hello, Dr. Seema. Welcome to Stories with Nabanita. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be a guest on my show. And I am really happy to have you here as my guest. And today we are going to talk about your journey as an ophthalmologist and a medical editor, and what you are doing currently. You're working as a health coach. So we'll dig into your life and we'll try to find the aspirations, the reasons, the challenges, and whatever you faced during this journey of yours, and how are you helping people to live a better life. So I welcome you to the show. How are you doing, Dr. Seema?
Hi, Nabanita. I'm doing good. And first of all, thank you so much for having me here. Normally, I'm the one who asks the questions to my patients or clients. So it's good to be on the other side of the table. And I'm looking forward to this conversation. Let's see where it takes.
Certainly, certainly. And I am really glad that you accepted to be here. And I hope our conversation today would help people in leading a healthy life as you are working as a healthy coach. So, on that note,
Ye-
let's start with our conversation today. So,
Yes, yes.
my very first question to you would be, you have worked as an ophthalmologist and a medical editor for 30 years, right? Then what happened and you decided to start with the second act of your life, like you actually moved towards health coach, or I should help people in leading a healthy life. So if you can just uh, take us
Ye-
there.
Yeah. So, 30 years, when you're saying it, it actually looks like a long time, and
Uh-huh.
30 years is almost like another life. Somebody has lived for 30 years.
True.
So it is not something which actually happened immediately, or there was one single moment, that dramatic moment or a burnout type of crisis.
Uh-huh.
I was successful in as a surgeon. I was also successful as an executive editor in a good publishing company.
Uh-huh.
But somewhere I didn't feel alive. My skills were intact, but my curiosity had moved on. I was always wanting to learn new things. I
Mm-hmm.
was always, for example, I was checking the eyes of a person, but I wanted to check the person behind the eyes.
Uh-huh.
So my inner growth and my outer success were not matching. So then I thought that was like a polite hint, to me, it's time to move on.
Uh-huh.
So, and that was actually a gradual process which made me move from being a doctor, a surgeon, and an editor to finally health coaching. I would not call it a health coach. I feel like I'm a health strategist
Mm-hmm.
because what I was doing as an editor was, editing things from the articles. So that sort. So I realized that as a health strategist, maybe I can give more strategy to people, not add new things in their life, but try and edit some things, So
Mm-hmm.
that experience of mine, which I have carried forward, carried across from being an editor to a health strategist.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Dr. Seema, there are many women who walk away from a respected title, they leave it behind. So, if we talk about you, you have also left the doctor title and have started with something totally different, right? So, how emotionally challenging was it, and what did you get in return of
Okay, so I'll have to correct you here a little bit. I did
it?
not let go of the doctor title. I
Mm-hmm.
still am a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I may not be doing surgeries actively, but I have just changed my instrument from a scalpel to a strategy. So I'm still a doctor, but what happened is I have gained 360 degrees vision.
Uh-huh.
So while my doctor brain will, see, read your report, find out what is the problem with you and
Mm-hmm.
diagnose you. My
Mm-hmm.
coach brain will try and go to the root cause
Uh-huh.
and not see just why the symptom, what is the symptom, but I'll also see why that symptom.
Yeah.
That is the root cause analysis which I'm focusing on currently.
Uh-huh.
So that is the very important thing. So
Mm-hmm.
as a doctor, I have stopped prescribing pills, but I have started prescribing lifestyle changes.
Uh-huh.
So that is what I gained. So I have gained more vision, and not only that, I have gained the freedom to learn new things, to
Mm-hmm.
evolve, to make mistakes. That is what I have done. So I haven't actually given up on that, but I have learned so much more. So I think that is a very big achievement for me at this stage of my life.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you said that you have just changed your instrument from
Yes.
scalpel to a strategy,
Strategy.
and you have
Yeah.
started prescribing instead of pills. It's now lifestyle changes.
Lifestyle.
So
Yes.
we have, if we log on YouTube or any of the social media platforms and we search about lifestyle changes, there are so many videos,
Exactly.
content, too much for a novice, for a person who doesn't know the impact,
Yes.
right? Some videos would ask you to have hot water, some videos will not. So,
Yeah.
it's just an example I'm giving. So, for a novice person, a person who doesn't have a medical background, who does not know about how our body works
Yeah.
in a medical way, so for them, what would be your suggestion? Like or what should they look forward to? How can they decide what is right and what is not?
Yeah, you're very true. You're very correct, actually. there is a lot of information overload. Everybody gives you guidance and tips and all that.
true,
If you go to Google, Google will diagnose some illness which you don't even. But what I do rather is, along with checking the reports and all of the person,
mhm,
also I wouldn't prescribe a generic diet to everybody. What will work for you will not work for somebody else.
true,
What will not work, for example, even if I'm talking about a strength training or a strength workout or dietary restriction, it
mhm,
will not work for a patient A or a client A
mhm,
as well as it would work for a client B. So
true,
every client is different, every person is different, everybody needs a very personalized regime. So I would suggest that just blindly following all the advice to get on the net is not suitable for anybody. If
mhm,
you have a doctor, maybe you can speak to the doctor before you make any radical changes. If
mhm,
you are, suppose, for example, somebody says you have to have too much of protein,
uh,
you must have protein. See, protein, everybody's talking about protein,
uh,
but some, but there is also one challenge. If you take too much of protein, what happens? And if you're not using that protein, for example, all that protein also gets converted to fat.
right,
So if you are taking protein, an adequate amount or more than adequate amount of protein, you need to even work out so
mhm,
that that protein is used properly by the muscles.
mhm,
So just don't blindly follow all the rules, whatever you say, because it is going to create issues. If one person will say eat more of quinoa, one person will say don't have gluten, one person will say something, but everybody is different.
uh,
Gluten, one person can have gluten very easily, but another person cannot have. Somebody will say go and have ragi and jawar and all, don't have rice. But it is not necessary. Some people can tolerate rice well,
uh,
some people cannot. So it is, every person is different and
uh,
everything needs to be tweaked per client.
true, true, true. Okay, so from here only, as you talked about the different millets or the things that person can take, we can see apart from like having protein and everything, we can see different type of diet format. Right,
Exactly.
keto diet is there, and there are other dietary formats also. If we talk
Yes.
about the Indian weather, now when you talk about India, India is a vast country. Around the year, each part has a different weather, right? But still, if we talk about in general, is there a diet which is suitable for Indian climate? Because see, if we talk about, it's a very hot country. Like the summers are very difficult when it comes to India. So, how can a person decide what to have, or is there any specific thing which is related to Indian climate, or the climate has a role to play when it comes to diet?
Uh, Yeah, actually, Indian diet is, see, first of all, before we go to the climate, Indian diet is very carb heavy, as you know. We have rice in a plate and protein in a bowl.
Mm,
Whereas ideally, you must have protein and vegetable in a plate and maybe rice in a bowl. So
mm,
we have a very carb heavy diet. We have a lot of sweets every occasion, every function. We have a lot of sweet, and that is our diet.
uh,
And that is where the challenge comes. We are not able to move on from this diet to protein friendly or a
true,
vegetable
true.
friendly diet.
Uh,
So that is the first challenge we face in India. The
uh,
second thing, as you're saying, the weather and the climate, what happens is every season has got its own unique vegetables which come out in the market. If you see, the winter vegetables are very different from the ones which you get in the summer and monsoon. So
mm,
there is a reason why those vegetables are there in that season.
uh,
So our body should try and have more of these fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, rather than having preserved ones and
mm,
something which is frozen and all. Because those vegetables and in that weather will give you those particular vitamins and nutrients. It is meant only
definitely.
for that. Nature is our best doctor, rather. It can treat you in the best possible way. So
Uh-huh.
our my suggestion would be stick to the whatever is available during that particular season, and you will not go wrong.
Uh, true, true, very true, very true. And when we say about like having, as you said, that having the rice in a bowl and
Eh,
salads and proteins on a plate, right?
Yeah,
So salads are like we have this much of salad only and this much of rice. So as I am
exactly.
a Bengali, I can completely relate to what you're talking about. And sweets. Right now,
Sweets.
the jaggery in the winter,
Nolan,
the
Nolan rule.
yes, absolutely. So we cannot resist. We can't help it. We have to have it. Otherwise, we will not feel
I know.
alive. Yeah. So
Yeah.
can't. help it actually. And right now, what is happening is that we are not getting that pure version of it. We are getting
Exactly.
the synthetic one, right?
Yes.
So that is again very harmful towards our body,
Yes.
and the diet and the food that we take has a connection with our mind also. So if you
Yes.
can just elaborate a bit on that, because what we eat, what we take in, that is how we become. That is what I
Yes.
have read somewhere, that whatever you eat and whatever you read, you become like that. So
Yeah.
what would you have to say about that?
Yeah, it
Uh,
will give you immediate results,
result.
but it is not
Mm,
sustainable. That is one thing.
true.
Secondly, I also tried the vegan diet for a year just
Uh,
to see how it's going to affect me. Since
uh,
I am a vegetarian, although I have eggs occasionally,
mm,
but I am a vegetarian, so I thought it would be easy for me to follow a vegan diet.
mhm,
So I did, try to have, but it is difficult to survive without, curd and paneer and all those things. So yeah. So although it did not affect me in the long run, I did not find too many changes in my lifestyle because of that.
uh-huh,
So that was a 1 year experiment which I kept aside.
uh,
I want more variety. I want more of these things, more of paneer and curd and all that in my diet. So
uh,
I did not do that. I don't normally. Of course, veganism is a good thing, and there are many people. In fact, I know a mountaineer
uh,
who is a vegan.
uh,
Kuntal, his name is, and he does a lot of trekking, and he takes groups of people who follow vegan diet, and because on the mountains, what you get there is difficult. You don't get what you want there. Whatever is
true, true,
available
true.
is given. So there are different diets which people follow, and you are what you eat. There was another serial on Netflix, I think, sometime back, in which they had made a group, trial group of one
Uh-huh,
who used to eat only vegetarian foods and one with non-vegetarian foods. But the reason of the non-vegetarian group had the problems was they also realized because they were having a lot of chemicals and all in that in their diet.
mm,
Because most of the non-vegetarian, whether it is the eggs or the chicken and all, were given a lot of those medicines and antibiotics, due
mm,
to which they felt that it was affecting the people. So
uh-huh,
what actually is the thing? The basic outcome of the study was to have any food is good food, but it should be without preservative. It should not be, shelf. What you get on the shelf
mm,
is not a good product. Whereas what you get free range or what you get naturally, that is good. So there is no harm in having vegetarian or non-vegetarian food. It should be free
fresh.
and without pesticides and all. That is the only thing which is
To be
concerned.
fresh, yes.
Yes.
Right.
And the other thing, important thing is how you eat also is important. Like
Mm,
today we are so rushed, we're either standing and eating, watching TV and eating, on
uh,
the mobile while eating. We cannot eat, without doing something else.
mm,
So that affects your digestion a lot.
mm,
You need to actually sit down and be in a parasympathetic system. The parasympathetic system is the one which gives you, which relaxes you and which actually helps in digestion. So whatever food you eat, you feel grateful for that. You first eat with your senses,
right.
with you smell the food, you taste the
Mm.
food, then you bite the food, and then you chew it and it goes inside. That gives the best digestion and the best outcome to whatever you eat.
You're reminding me of my childhood. No
Yeah, we used to
mobile,
sit on
no
the
TV.
floor. We used to sit on the floor and eat. Now we don't. We sit on the table,
Right, we do.
right?
We do. And as you said, that one word, mindful eating, right?
Mindful eating.
So now what is happening is that even we are becoming like that. As you said, we are either on the TV or on the mobile phone, and we are eating. Like we are eating just for the sake of having the food, just to fill the
Exactly.
tummy and just to get that energy. But it's of no use, right? And even our children, even my own daughter, she also needs a mobile phone to eat. So it is like something which we cannot help, but if we want to make the change, we can. But it's
We
going to
can.
be hard, which we have to do. Because if
Yes.
we don't do in the long run, we would be the one who would be suffering. Right.
Not only us, our future generation will see. Your daughter is
Absolutely.
see, yeah. If your daughter continues now, what do you think she will be when she's 30 or 40?
Uh,
So we didn't do it when we were children, and we are still having these challenges.
uh,
So it is always good that our children look at us and learn. So If we are able to inculcate some of these good habits in the children, sit down together as a family and eat together, maybe you can talk and all that. So then
Uh,
actually it becomes an interesting exercise, which we have forgotten. As you said, in our childhood, we used to sit together.
True, true, true.
So
Now
yeah,
everybody is busy. You have your food, I'll have my food on my time. You have
yeah,
it, let me just finish the chore. So it is like
I
that.
agree.
Everybody has
I
become
agree.
so busy that
I agree.
everybody having their own set of schedules. So the
Yes.
family time is somewhere getting missing.
Lots.
People
Yeah.
don't have that. Like not
Yes.
even the dinner, lunch to bhuli jao, but
Yeah.
even dinner time also people are not there for
Yeah.
each other. So
Yeah.
the bond is also somewhere getting affected.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so it's a bit emotional. Anyway,
Yeah.
alright. There are women who want to start their life like after a break, right? They know what to do, what to be done. Okay, but they don't know where to start. So, how could you, what could you suggest for them to do internally first before they do something externally?
Okay. First of all, what I would suggest is stop asking yourself, what if it fails? Yeah, because we always self doubt. So if you want to start something, you will feel, what if it fails? What if I lose? What if I fall?
Huh.
So instead of that, you maybe ask yourself, what if I continue in the same way for the next 10 years?
Hmm.
So that question itself is very incredibly clarifying. It will give you the direction. It
Huh.
will give you the direction where you have to go and what you have to do easily.
Hmm.
And I also agree, want to share this part with you that when I started very recent on social media,
Hmm.
I couldn't do anything. I'm still little challenged digitally,
Uh,
but I'm learning. So
uh,
what I've learned is honesty is the best thing that you can give. You know, you
true.
don't need courage. You just have to show up, and it will definitely help you. So I don't think you must be scared. And the most important thing is, don't wait for somebody to give you permission.
Hmm.
Nobody is going to come and pat you on the back and say, "Come on, go and live your life." It is like nobody's going to say, "Ja Simran, ji le apni zindagi." It is
True.
so. Your life is in your hands.
That's right.
You have to do it,
Huh.
and there is no point in getting scared at all. Things will. You might have hurdles and all in the beginning. Who doesn't? Every child stumbles before he learns to walk. It is like that. So go
Huh.
ahead, do what you want, live your life. It is your life after all,
True,
right?
true, very true.
Yeah.
Dr. Seema, you have talked about executive menopause, right?
Yeah.
So many women silently suffer for this. So I would first like to know what does it mean and how a person can overcome it.
Okay. First of all, let me tell you that in India, menopause happens about 5 years earlier than in the West.
Uh,
For example, by the age of 43 to 48, the Indian women generally start getting into menopause,
mhm,
whereas it's a little later for the Western women.
mhm,
And what happens at that time is, when I say executive menopause, around 45, 46 women in India have reached a level in their workplace where they have peak responsibilities also.
mhm,
So at that stage, when they need their hormones to be with them, your hormones start ghosting you,
mhm,
and that's when you feel that pressure at work. And just let me sidetrack here a bit and tell you that that there are these hormones, estrogen,
mhm.
progesterone.
True.
So estrogen and progesterone, which are our friends all this time, what does estrogen and progesterone do? They normally help in your mood, your sleep, your memory, and even anxiety problems are not there because progesterone is the calming hormone.
Yeah.
But when estrogen and progesterone, both of them start falling, you start getting, brain fog, your efficiency, falls. You get anxiety attacks, your sleep, all that gets out of track. So
Mm,
all this thing happens, and so at the workplace, when this happens, you're not able to focus well at work, and you're not able to, give your best. You feel sleepy and drained at important times, and at this time, you're supposed to maybe take an important meeting or
uh,
something, and you're not able. So people think that you are incompetent. You yourself start thinking that you are incompetent and you are not able to manage all this. That means I'm the problem. There is self doubt.
mm,
So this is the phase when actually you need to work with your body and you must not doubt yourself. That is what I think.
uh. And that is how a person can overcome this pain. So,
Yeah,
what could be certain changes? Like the body will start giving signs. Even your
yes,
mind would give you signs that you are towards your menopause. And as you mentioned, the age, right?
yes.
So, what a woman can do during this phase to cope up with the hormonal changes happening in the body?
Yeah, actually, we see women have to always work harder every time, always has to work harder. So
There's no
even here
already.
at this time also in our during the menopausal phase,
Yeah.
but I feel that there are three things which she can do.
Huh.
First of all is your energy. When I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about sleep. Sleep has to be the number one priority in a woman's life. She needs to have her adequate sleep, 6 to 8 hours, and okay, 7 hours maybe. But
Mhm.
that sleep should be restful sleep. She should be able to sleep properly so that she can recover. That is one very important thing. Second is when she knows that at this time I'm a little drained, and in the morning times I'm little strong and mentally alert. So she needs to maybe keep her important tasks at that time. So
Mhm.
keep schedule your important meetings or important jobs during the time your brain is sharp. You know when that is. You know. So
Mhm.
schedule your meetings at that time. See if you can get more flexible hours. See if you can schedule your meetings during those times. So whatever possible from your side for energy, that you have to do. That is the first thing.
Mhm.
Second thing is have protein, because protein, as I say again, protein has to be had on all your meals, whether it is breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Protein should form one third of your plate or quarter of your plate at least
Mhm.
in each meal. Okay, and the amount of protein just out of just to share with you, amount of protein a person needs is at least 1 gram per kilogram of weight. So
Uh-huh.
if you think that I'm having a lot of patla dal, that means my protein is over. No, it's not like that. Have proper sources of protein, maybe your paneer, maybe your chicken, maybe your fish, but each meal should have amount of protein. Okay, that is the second thing.
Mhm.
Third and very important thing is strength training. Strength training, I keep focusing, I keep insisting on this. Strength training is very important for a woman. It is not only that her body should look good, or she needs to look good in that dress or something. It's not like that.
Mhm.
Strength training is important because it helps in your metabolism. It helps in your insulin system
Mhm.
resistance. It reduces your insulin resistance. It builds muscle. Because it builds muscle, it will give more support to your joints. It will improve your balance. All these things are important. And what it does at the workplace, when your muscles are strong, your bones are strong, you get a sense of confidence. You get a sense of that I can do it. I can power through anything. That uh, physical strength translates to mental strength also. So
Uh,
these three things: manage your sleep, have good protein, and strength training. I think these three things, if a woman does, she can easily manage her menopause.
right, right. And first of all, accepting that, okay, this thing is
Accept.
happening with me. So I cannot
Yes.
escape from it. I have to accept
No.
it and I have to be with it so that the phase goes well with me. And I don't have to
Yes.
face the problems. But flashes, like hot flashes, or very sad mood, or the what you say, मतलब अचानक से गुस्सा आ जाना, झुंझला जाना. So all these things also happen during the menopause. Does it show
Yes,
signs?
yes, of course. It does happen.
Hmm.
I've gone through everything. Hot flashes won't allow you to sleep at night.
Uh,
I know it's a bit it's difficult to assume that everybody will have an AC at home, but try and keep the room as cool as possible when you're sleeping. Because what happens when you're sleeping is your body temperature also changes.
uh,
So we need to try and keep the area cool first of all. Second, very important thing when you're saying Jujlana, anxiety, and all that. I think the people around the woman need to be more aware and more supportive, because what the woman is going through, she tries desperately not to show her frustrations and remove her anger on others. But if the people at home, the husband or the other people at home, the in-laws or whoever is there, they know and they are aware that she's going through this, maybe they will not react so badly as. I
that's
think
good.
that is the biggest thing. Support. Yes.
Supporting. Like right now, people are talking, people are saying, even we do see many short films or ads which talk about menopause, right, and
Yeah.
the phase and what a
Yeah.
woman's body go through. Previously,
Yeah.
there was nothing like that, like for my
Nothing.
mother or my mother's mother. So there was nothing of
Yeah.
that sort. There is no, and I have
I know.
people know, I have listened to people saying my mother has not faced anything of that sort,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
complaining about it. So it happens. Like previously, people don't know about it. It
Yeah.
is happening because of this. Now, what we as a woman expect is that to have quite support from the family.
Yes.
And I'm lucky enough to have a daughter. I believe from that perspective, she would have only understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, I know. Support, yes, that is the biggest thing. Yeah, and as you rightly said, awareness is increasing now, and people are not ashamed of, of
Talking about
talking
it.
about menopause. Though I still feel that it is not right to throw the word around, even in
Huh,
office, the woman cannot say, I'm going through menopause, and that's why.
that's
It's
right.
not, it that dignity and the dignified approach and the reaction to menopause should be there.
Mm,
Maybe it's a health transition,
right.
silently supporting other women, co-workers also who are women. I
Absolutely.
think that is the way that we can help each other
Hmm.
this time.
That's right. Like, we have to be compassionate towards others to get
Yes,
that compassion back. So
exactly.
that's what we can expect, or that's what we should do.
Yes, yes, totally.
Dr. Seema, many women feel or think that adventure has an expiry date, right? So, what do you have to say them, and how a person can deal with, like, a person's inner mind will always ask for adventure, and if I am forcefully taking myself back from that and making my life smaller, and I want to feel safer, I don't want to take risks, I don't want to go for adventure. So, how or what should do in this case?
Okay. Who has made this rule first of all? That as we grow older, our life has to shrink.
Uh,
It is not necessary like that. It is you give permission
uh,
to. If your world will shrink only if you allow it to.
hmm,
And I feel very frankly that once you reach that particular stage, or maybe 45, 50, you have finished off with most of your responsibilities. Most
uh-huh,
of you are free that way. And if you are menopausal,
uh,
talking about that,
uh,
then you have even finished off with that, the thing of the periods, traveling. I
uh,
have had this problem myself. Whenever I used to go for a trek, I used to get my periods at the top.
very,
It was like
very,
that.
it's natural, but then again, it is very a messy kind of a thing. And
It
you
is, yeah,
always, yes, you always feel that I am into
exactly.
something. So you cannot put your 100% out there.
I
Be it
know,
anything,
exactly.
be it a trekking, be it a job. And in my life also, it has happened. I have also seen anything important, I have that
Yes,
coming out.
yeah, it is like that.
Ah,
So now, as you grow older, it is this is you are liberated in that way that these things will not trouble you anymore. You
yeah,
can just
that's
get up
right.
and go. You
Ah,
don't have to plan for important dates and all that.
hmm,
So that is one thing. So you are in a good position when you are
hmm,
going. As you grow older, you have finished off with your responsibilities. There is no such thing that is happening, and then you can do what you want. You can see the main thing is being in your comfort zone. I think that is more dangerous. If you don't want to go out and you feel want to be safe in the
hmm,
four walls of your home, I think that is something which we should all come. That mindset we should change.
hmm,
So go and do what you want, as I said, and the life is it is limitless. Everything is limitless. Go and explore new things and
hmm,
new challenges. I'll just tell you because see, as you know, I was. I used to be, very obese, and I could not even walk maybe 100 meters. I couldn't run. Then gradually I started running. I joined a run club. I started running. I could run then small 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Then I did a half marathon. Then I started doing ultra running, everything. Then what happened is because of all the running during a trail run, I injured my knee and I had a very bad knee. I was advised surgery. But
hmm,
I didn't do it because I said, no, I don't want to go for it right now. Then I started strength training, and at the same time, I had to go to Machu Picchu because it was a pre-booked trip.
ah,
So I had paid for it. So I went.
hmm,
And that was my first trek I went with my injured knee.
ah,
And that gave me the love for the mountains. And then
ah,
that is how I learned how to, I realized I don't need a very fit knee to do all this. I used to tie my knee and go up so that it is, you know, so what I'm trying to say is there is nothing, no challenges should stop you because challenges will always be there. Life is like an ECG, no? If it is flat, it is you're dead.
ah.
So there should always be some ups and downs in life, which shows that you're alive.
That's right. That's
So
right.
yeah,
And a very important thing that you just mentioned, that life would have challenges. Otherwise,
yes,
the one incident that you said, that I used to tie my knee and then used to go for the trek. So this
yeah,
would not have become a memory for you, or you would not have felt like sharing it because you're happy about it. Your body
yeah,
has helped you, or your mind has taken you there. No, I would go.
yes,
So if you would have
exactly,
stayed back, and if you would have not went for the trek, your love for the mountains would not happen. You would not
exactly,
understand that yes,
yeah,
I should do more and more trekking. So
yes,
I think every challenge, if we take it as a challenge, as a negative, in a negative note, it will give us negativity. But if we fight back and if we face it, it'll give us memories to cherish.
yes. Go
Right?
with the flow. I feel go with the flow.
Uh,
Take accept everything that comes your way. Just face
that's
it.
right. That's right. My father used to tell a story where a small stick, if once fall into a river, and the
Uh-huh.
river was a flowing one. So
Yeah,
it's going, it's getting hurt, it's getting broken, but it's going with the flow. So your life,
yeah,
it will fall into that
exactly.
turbine. So it's like that. So you have to face it. Life is something which you have lived. So you
Yes,
don't complain ki, why is this happening or why is not that happening. Whatever
yeah.
is happening, you accept it and you go with the
Yeah. Everything gives you a new experience, and you always come out learning something from that.
flow. That's
That
right.
is what makes, as you're saying, the driftwood, which comes at the end of that. It looks
Uh,
so beautiful. If you have seen that wood with all the different shapes, it looks so beautiful because it has gone through all those challenges, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And I'm really feeling so positive talking with you and discussing all this. And I'm really hopeful that the viewers would also connect with this and they will also feel alive
yeah,
after seeing. I can
yeah,
only say this, that you have a life that is more important. You have your hands, you have your legs working, your brain
exactly.
is working. So live your life.
Live
Don't
your life.
waste the
Very
time.
true. Very, very true.
That's right. That's right. Very positive. All right. Dr. Seema, we are at the verge of completing our discussion. I'm really hopeful that all the viewers have got a lot of information related to health, related to lifestyle, and we have talked about menopause also, and we have talked a lot about women. So, when we talk about women over 40, muscle loss is something which is pretty common, and that too in Indian women, right? So, how can a woman focus towards strengthening her muscle and helping her body from not getting that muscle loss happen?
Okay, thank you for asking this question because
Mm-hmm,
what we have noticed is Indian women generally have a lesser peak muscle mass compared
mm-hmm,
to the Western, first of all. Secondly, after the age of 40, there is at least a 3 to 8% of muscle loss every decade. So everybody, whether you like it or no, your muscle mass is going to go down by 3 to 8% every decade. And
mm-hmm,
after 60, it goes to almost 10 to 15% per decade. So if you think of it that way, by the age of 70 or 75, a normal person, a woman, would have lost 30 to 50% of her muscle mass. Okay,
mm-hmm.
so imagine that condition is called sarcopenia, which is
Achha.
actually increasing in our Indian population as well. So
Mm-hmm,
sarcopenia is that stage in which your muscles, you have lost most of your muscles. So your muscle strength, whatever is remaining, will have to actually carry your whole body forward. What happens is there are a lot of other problems. Muscles are not only meant for looking good, as I told in the past, but muscles will, when you have lost so much muscle, there is loss of balance. There are increased rate of fractures. Your insulin resistance start peaking. Other problems also come. So
mm-hmm,
sarcopenia is a very ill understood and condition which many people are not aware. So we
achha.
need to know that we need to build our muscle. After 40, even before that, a woman should actually take care of her body more than going to the parlor and spa. That is important, yes, of course. But more than that, I think she should spend dedicated time on strength training. You don't have to go to the gym if you can't. You can do some workouts at home also. You can start maybe checking some videos on YouTube. It's still fine. Some
Uh-huh.
beginner workouts. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles filled with water and
Uh-huh.
do some basic workouts first to start with. And if you go to the gym, if you have access to the gym, please go and do it. Don't think that going to the gym will make you bulked up and all. You have to
Yeah.
work for hours to get that sort of a
That's right.
body like
That's right.
Arnold and
Yeah.
all. So
Huh.
then at least 45 minutes of strength training, if you are able to do twice or thrice a week, I think that should be enough. You should have a holistic or a balanced approach to any workout. Doing excess of anything is not good. So
That's
you
right.
must have maybe a couple of days of cardio activity, either running, walking, cycling, swimming, anything, playing tennis, badminton. Then
Mhm.
2 or 3 days of strength workouts in which you focus on weights and lifting some dumbbells. You can keep a pair of
Mhm.
dumbbells at home, do it at home 2 3 days a week, maybe 1 day or 2 days of yoga.
Mhm.
Yoga is also good. It's important. It gives flexibility. That is also there. But
Mhm.
this thing, should you should have a balanced approach to that. I think every woman should take care of her body as well. Give 45 minutes of your time every day. And
Mhm.
not only that, this is an exercise related activity. And there are other things called a non exercise related activities which we don't do because we sit for hours together, even at work. So try and get up very often, try and keep moving very often.
Uh-huh.
That also helps a lot in keeping your body active. It is the same thing as you're talking about a pond which is still it gathers no moss, whereas a
Uh-huh.
river doesn't. So if our body keeps moving, our joints, our muscles, everything will be constantly kept in motion, and that is how our body will heal well and will grow well. So this is what I wanted to share about the muscles.
That's right. That's very important. See, even before, even before reaching 30, if a woman, or not only women, like it's for every
Exactly,
human.
for everyone,
Yes,
for
for every
everyone.
woman. I believe that there is a slight change in the physical development of a man and a woman, but having said, doing yoga, doing strength training or cardio is important both for women and men. Men do not go towards menopause, but their body also face certain changes while they age. So this is going to be helpful for them as well. So
Yes,
thank you so much for putting light on this. It was really important. And I myself was, when you're telling all this, even I was trying to plan my day. Like, okay, when I should do the yoga, which are the
yes,
2 days I'll do the strength training.
yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
should think about it, because see, your body is the only thing that you can cherish. So
yes,
there is nothing else.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Dr. Seema, we have reached by the verge of the podcast. So would you ask the viewers to subscribe to my channel?
Of course, please join Nabanita, subscribe to her channel, and get more information from other people who are, trying their best to share their thoughts with you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Seema. So we'll end the podcast, but we'll end it with a happy thing, with a punchy thing, and that is going to be the rapid fire. So are you ready for it?
Yeah,
One habit that every woman above 40 should stop apologizing for.
rest, sleep. Don't apologize for sleeping. Don't apologize for resting. Your body needs it to recover.
Strength or flexibility? What matters more and why?
Strength first.
Mhm.
Flexibility is useful only when your body is stable, right? So your strength will give more. Strength is important for your muscles, as I told
Mhm.
you, and
Mhm.
flexibility can help in your joints.
Mhm. Okay, so both have their own role to
Yes,
play, and
both
both
have
of
their
them
own role.
matter. So it
Yes.
is not that any one of it is prior. It's like they are having
No.
a 50-50% of ratio.
Yes,
Like
yes,
both are
yes, yes,
important.
yes.
Great, great. One sentence for women who feel invisible after menopause.
I would say you aren't invisible. You have stopped looking at yourself. Go and look in the mirror.
Can you suggest 3 tips to the audience going forward in their life?
Yeah. So the three things which I would definitely advise all women to start from right now is, first of all, start your day with movement and protein. Pay yourself first, okay?
Okay.
Start your day with movement and protein. Secondly, learn to say no to things that drain you. You don't have to give a 10-minute explanation why you're saying no. Protect your energy. This is the second one.
Uh-huh.
Third is prioritize your body. So mark your calendar, mark your gym in your calendar with pen
Mm.
and follow it. Don't cancel on your body. That is the
Okay.
third one. So these three things, if you follow, I think you will, your life is sorted. And the most important thing is you are the main character of your life. You're not the supporting character of somebody else's life.
That's right.
So keep this in mind. Give your prioritize yourself. That is what I want to tell my audience.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Dr. Seema. It was nice conversing with you. I really came to know a lot of things about a lot of things which I myself was not aware of, and I wish that the audience have also gained a lot of knowledge in terms of health, in terms of menopause, in terms of leading a happy life. Most importantly, because जिंदगी तो हर कोई जीता है, but कौन
Yeah.
कितना खुश है that matters. And don't
Yes.
let anything else affect your happiness. You find your own ways to be happy. So
Yes.
on that note, we will end our conversation, and I really hope that on we'll connect very soon on something other maybe. But
Yes.
on
We
that
can do
note,
that.
we'll end it here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming.
Thank you, Navanita. Thank you so much.